With Holden, Colorado, you got this.
Honey, you like the Barbie?
Don't miss a moment. Get Hungry Jack's Flame Grilled Whoppers delivered on Menulog. Order Hungry Jack's delivery only on Menulog.
My name is Sarah Connor. My son John and I stopped Judgment Day. Enough of a resume for you?
No. Let's get something straight. It's my mission to protect her.
Do you believe in fate, Sarah?
We don't win this one, it's all over.
I know my power.
Oh! This is historic! Wow!
ESPN, home of the UFC.
You watching for the Jays? Or are you watching for these Jays? You watching for the dynamic duos? Or are you watching for the MVPs?
Pelicans, Raptors, Lakers, Clippers. Today on ESPN2. Ball for all.
What?
College Football Playoff Top 25 is presented by Northwestern Mutual. Spend your life living.
Stand up! Stand up!
Come on, college football.
It's hot!
Oh yeah, what a good call. Come on.
Stand up! Here we go! Stand up! Here we go!
Oh yeah.
The biggest marquee game every week on College Game Day.
That's 1 versus 3 in the FCS and a big-time rivalry for the Dakota Marker. North Dakota State, 7-time FCS champion, taking on South Dakota State. College Game Day will be there. And ABC Prime Time, Notre Dame and Michigan, 7:30 Eastern Time. Fowler, Herb Street, and Maria will have that one for you in prime time on Saturday night. So we know what the storylines are. What's the biggest one as it pertains to the playoff, Kirk?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go off the grid a little bit and talk about Penn State's importance of coming back down to earth after a big win last week at the Whiteout where everybody was watching. They knock off Michigan. Now they got to go to East Lansing, a team that they've lost 4 of the last 5 to. Michigan State's not having a great year. This is more testing Penn State's maturity than it is X's and O's. I want to see where they are and if they're focused on really the task at hand on this particular week now that they're getting a lot of hype.
Man, we've been talking about Tua for so long now in college football for the last 2 years and how good he is. Well, the Tide are without Tua now, and I want to see if they can still roll and continue to be the same team. We talk about these wide receivers on the outside that are so dynamic. Does another quarterback maximize those wide receivers the same way that Tua's been able to do? Who steps up around the supporting cast now? Does the defense get a little bit better that's young in that front 7, but somebody besides their main guy is going to have to step up and make plays when you look down the road for this team? So what does the Tide look like without Tua?
Yeah, and can Ohio State prove if they're one of the top 2 teams or maybe the best team in the country? I think a lot of us have Ohio State in our top 2. I think a lot of people around the country, though, are a bit hesitant to put them that high based on their resume and who they've played. I think everybody respects Wisconsin even after their loss against Illinois, and they played horribly in that game. Offensive line got pushed around. Jonathan Taylor had his worst game this year. Their defense gave up uncharacteristic big plays. They're going to be motivated, angry, trying to stay in control of their own destiny, Joey. So if Ohio State can match their intensity at home and show the country that and win that game convincingly, I think they can prove to a lot of people that they're one of the 2 best teams in the country.
Yeah, this will be the game we talk about. When we talk about Ohio State's resume, it'll be the Wisconsin game, and then later on in the season it'll be the Penn State game. I saw something from this Wisconsin team this past weekend against Illinois where their offensive line wasn't great. They got some penetration. Jonathan Taylor was making cuts in the backfield. And so if they play that way, this won't be a fun game to watch because Ohio State will blow them out. It'll be interesting to see because I do believe that Wisconsin will be a better football team this Saturday in Columbus, Ohio. So that's the one I want to watch.
2 more weeks until the initial college football playoff rankings come out. Until then, we've given the committee plenty to think about. The American game coming up next.
You watching for the Jays? Or are you watching for these Jays? You watching for the dynamic duos? Or are you watching for the MVP?
Pelicans, Raptors, Lakers, Clippers. Wednesday on ESPN2. Ball for all.
What?
To Toronto, our opening night coverage continues on a mild 53-degree evening. Thousands watching on the big screen in Jurassic Park, and inside it is the usual packed house at Scotiabank Arena on championship banner and ring night for the defending champs. And NBA Opening Week 2019 is presented by Auto Trader. It's the New Orleans Pelicans and the Toronto Raptors, Game 1 of TNT's opening night doubleheader. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, along with five-time All-Star Chris Webber, Kristen Ledlow. You join us in just a couple of minutes, working the sideline. So, Zion Williamson out 6 to 8 weeks. Raptors now going without the sensational one-and-done Kawhi Leonard. So what are your expectations for these two teams?
Well, my expectations is anytime you have Kyle Lowry as your captain is you're going to play hard and you're going to defend and protect the home court. And I expect the Raptors to come out and play that way. How about Pascal Siakam? I want to see his growth and improvement as well. Again, Toronto with the third best home record last year. And if you're on the Pelicans, man, you should look at this like this is the land of opportunity. Coach Gentry, his style of play is fast, 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 and you will have an opportunity to establish your identity. Just play hard and play selfless, but regardless, this young team should be excited.
Let's take a look at the starting fives presented by AT&T. The Pelicans with J.J. Redick with Zion out of action. Redick in the starting lineup, so Alvin Gentry going with a three-guard set. Redick, Ball, and Holiday. The Raptors up front have Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, Marc Gasol, and at the guards, Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry. The officiating crew, Tony Brown, Josh Tibbin, Eric Galen, and Courtney Kirkland is in Secaucus in the replay center. Toronto Raptors 32-9 here at home last year, second best in the East behind the Milwaukee Bucks. They went 58-24, second in the East behind Milwaukee. Raptors with the second best record, and in the playoffs beat Orlando in 5. 1-7 over Philly on that miracle shot by Kawhi Leonard, then beat Milwaukee in 6 and won the NBA final, defeating Golden State in 6. Let's check in with Kristen.
Marv, as you know, on opening night, the NBA champions are given their rings and their opponent is given the option to leave or to stay. Now, you may have noticed that tonight, the Pelicans stayed. Coach Alvin Gentry told me, I've been involved in a ring night, and I don't think there's anything like it in the league. I hope it serves as inspiration. I also want them to see that these guys are bonded for life. David Griffin also told me, I want them to want those. It's a cool thing to be as young as you are, to be present for ring night. What Toronto did to get their ring was go through several years of refusing to bow down, guys.
All right, thank you, Kristen. Yes, Alvin wanted his club, the young players, to get a taste of what it's like to receive that championship ring. Pelicans control, Ball puts it up, it's tipped home, won't count. It is called, no, they say it does count. The basket counts.
Favors says, wait a minute, you sure now, ref? Come on now, give me those 2 points. And as you see here, the battle inside. And how about that? Gasol knocked that in, but Favors should get the credit. He was the closest to the man that tipped the ball in.
So it is Derek Favors with the bucket to get things going. Here's VanVleet. Siakam gets it into the corner. Anunoby. And back come the Pelicans. Last season, 33-49. Same record as Dallas and Memphis. Off the steal, VanVleet for Lowry. Pulling up for the three. This crowd ready to explode. Lonzo Ball with that improved touch during preseason. Favors. Lowry to the front court, splitting through, and he's fouled, hit by Favors.
When you look at both these teams, one thing you're going to see similar is that they both like to get out and run. And if you look at the Pelicans, you may be surprised at this, but points per game last year, they were number 3. Coach Gentry loves to get his team out and run, and that's what they want to do. Try to sneak Toronto, get some easy baskets. Toronto, one of the best defensive teams, especially at home.
And Chris, Nick Nurse telling us earlier that is the major concern of his team, the fact that the Pelicans are one of the fastest teams in the league.
And, you know, Mark, one of the things that concerns me, and again, you know, we're in the game of speculation here, is Lowry misses his second free throw, is that now with the addition to one of my favorite players in the league, Van Vliet, I do not like him necessarily being a starter because it makes this team have such a small backcourt. It'll be interesting to see how they figure it out during the season as it goes along, because both of them are two of the toughest in the league.
Nice touch by Ingram. Brandon Ingram, the former Laker, able to hit. Made his way to the Pelicans in that deal for Anthony Davis. Kickball is called.
Ingram, we've seen this young man improve, seems like each year, and I like the fact that he kind of took massaging the ball out on that play, one dribble jump shot, but he has handles, he's wiry, and can get to the cup.
Van Vliet guarded by Redick. And a deep shot by Anunoby. It's a 3. OG Anunoby, who missed last season's playoffs due to an emergency appendectomy, and Lonzo Ball right back showing us that new shooting touch.
How about that, Mark? What I love about it is that he caught and shot the ball right away. No hesitation. One of the tough things about working on your shot and then implementing it in a game is, can you shoot it with no hesitation, no doubting? That time, pulled up, drained the 3.
Holiday for 3. Lowry pegs it down. Siakam with the lead. Intended for Gasol, and it'll be New Orleans ball. Redick looking for a shot. Ball gets it down low. Nice ball movement. Ingram. Yes. It's a 3 for Ingram.
Oh, Ingram knocking down the corner 3. Not used to seeing that again. Guys are trying to show us how they improved in the offseason.
Nice ball movement there, but this time Anunoby is way off. Favors set the pick. Here's Ingram feeling it. Rebound Lowry. Lead pass too deep. Saved by Holiday. Back comes Redick looking for the shot. And hits from downtown.
Talk about a quick pull right there. Redick knows that his jumper is wet anytime it goes in. Shoots it with confidence.
9 unanswered by New Orleans. Timeout, Toronto.
I can't believe it.
What? That our new house is haunted by Casper the Friendly Ghost?
My name is Sarah Connor. My son John and I stopped Judgment Day. Enough of a resume for you?
No. Let's get something straight. It's my mission to protect her.
Do you believe in fate, Sierra?
We don't win this one, it's all over.
Right now, get 7 years free scheduled servicing across the 4x4 Holden, Colorado range. 7 years free scheduled servicing where you're free to go up there, free to go through that, free to tow this and this. With Holden, Colorado, you got this.
This Whopper has no beef.
No beef!
Introducing the Rebel Whopper with a patty made from plants.
I've never had plant that tastes like meat before.
Tastes just like a Whopper.
It tastes exactly like a Whopper.
New Rebel Whopper, 100% Whopper, 0% beef. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Managing your health cover shouldn't interrupt your life. That's why, with the NIB app, you can manage your policy on the go, check your remaining limits, and simply snap to make a claim. Huh, not bad.
Yes.
And if you need to, you can call the team awarded Australia's best contact centre. That's how it should be. That's NIB.
back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Wait a minute. Back up, back up. I was told there's no back up. I'm a shit, back up. But I won't be a victim. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up.
ESPN, home of the UFC.
Love you, man.
Love you too. Oh, you big time, big time. Oh, you big time, big time.
Raptors enjoying the championship ceremony just a moment ago. Norman Powell and Brandon Ingram wearing the mics tonight. State Farm audio assist. 4 turnovers now for Toronto. Their last 5 trips. 9-0 run by New Orleans by virtue of 3-pointers by 3 different players. Here's Redick hitting once again. Siakam going 1-on-2 and scores.
That's where he made his name last year. The transition game, attacking the basket, using his height, his size. That time, Redick did not get away, trying to draw a foul. But how about this, Siakam using his length, that wiry frame, to get it easy one at the cup.
Instead, a travel called on Redick. Good play by Van Vliet. Siakam, a deep 3. Ball pops it down. Ingram, met by Siakam, off the spin, gives it back up. Holiday. Ball on the drive. Nice pass, and Favors puts it home.
I like this young team, the potential. Did you see the trust Drew Holiday had in young Ball? He threw the ball back to Ball saying shoot the 3. But the most dangerous part of Ball's game is his penetration. If you're a big fella, have your hands ready. He's going to get the ball to you.
Lonzo Ball played so well before he went down with the injury last season with the Lakers. But you can see the confidence that he's shown throughout preseason. Nice fake by Van Vliet. And scores. Van Vliet, one of the heroes of the championship run a year ago, able to knock down a 3. There's Ball for 3. No hesitation. Rims out. Rebound Siakam. 17-9 lead for the Pelicans. Van Vliet puts the move on Redick. Lowry for 3. Yes.
The ball movement, the trust of these Raptors that was built over the years, not only on the defensive end, but the offensive end with Lowry penetrating. Something fun to watch.
Ingram with the catch and shoot. Siakam rebound. This first quarter being played at a very fast pace, thanks to the Pelicans, and the Raptors trying to match it. Siakam is pushed, and a foul is called. It is on Ball.
Van Vliet showed us his heart last year, not only in college, how tough he was on both ends. Taking bumps, taking hits, going through droughts. What I loved is that his confidence never wavered. He continued to play with effort, consistent effort at home and on the road. And he's gained one of his biggest fans in me.
Serge Ibaka checking in for the Raptors from Marc Gasol. Serge very emotional during the championship banner and ring ceremony. Nice spin by Siakam.
And if we remember what Ibaka told his team after being 2 down in Milwaukee, no one believed but him, saying, listen, we can do this. Great finish by Favors inside. Ibaka should be emotional because he gave his heart and soul to this team last year, and they came through and rewarded the city.
Good start here by Derek Favors. First season with New Orleans, coming over from Utah. Anunoby on the drive.
That's what he can do. Nice pump fake and attack the basket with his size. So solid.
Anunoby, a first-round draft pick out of Indiana, 3rd year in the league. Travel is called. Ball back to the Raptors.
If I were on the Pelicans right now, I would get Redick a dribble handoff, get him an easy bucket so he doesn't have to force his way inside.
Siakam on the follow. Changed the grip as he went to the air. It's a 10-2 run here by Toronto as they come roaring back after that 9-0 spurt by the Pelicans. Favors is off, and Van Vliet brings it across against Holiday. Siakam on a step back. Siakam for Ibaka, who shoots. Battle for the rebound, and a loose ball foul is called. It is against New Orleans, as Siakam was pushed by Favors.
And that's what I'm interested to see in Siakam. He just signed a new contract extension. And with players, you don't worry about their effort. They've been dreaming about this game their whole life. But what you do wonder is, can they take that next step? And that next step for Siakam is to continue playing with his energy level. But now he has to be a leader. He has to learn to console guys, to get on guys. He has to make sure that he speaks with his actions and not just his words. And Van Vliet, doesn't he do that all the time, going in amongst the Giants?
Fred Van Vliet hit his 4th NBA season out of Wichita State, bringing Toronto within a point. Holiday is off. Norman Powell has come on for the Raptors for the first time. And a blocking foul on Ball. The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance, and by the Telluride from Kia, official automotive partner of the NBA. Correction on the last foul, it's Holiday, not Ball. First on Holiday. Just under 5 remaining in the first. Siakam backing in on Ingram, and is fouled. He's hacked by Ingram. Pascal Siakam coming off a breakout season. Most Improved Player award. He averaged better than 17 a game. He was a first-round pick, 27th overall out of New Mexico State 4 years ago. Long arms, very quick feet, and has evolved into a terrific all-around player. Looks like a future all-star.
Yes. I would say so.
NBAtickets.com is the official source for all NBA tickets, even for sold-out games. Start your search now at NBAtickets.com, where tickets are always authentic and always available.
You know, Marv, these first nights we usually see a lot of turnovers, ugly play. Seems like teams haven't been together, and this is one of the better first quarters and starts. And it seems like both teams getting shots that they like. And I know it's just one quarter, but the Pelicans they don't look like a team that has so many new players attached to them.
It's a 14-2 run here by the Raptors. They lead for the first time. Last touch by Powell of Toronto. And the substitutions for New Orleans. First, a timeout call. 4:16 left in the first.
The big one is back at Nissan. Get 1% finance and 0 deposit on popular Nissan models. 1% only at Nissan.
Okay, the stage is now set. We know who the actors are and what they did to get here.
There will be a World Series in D.C.
If your team got here, congratulations. If it didn't, it doesn't matter. sit down, get comfortable, and enjoy the show. After all, this is the World Series on ESPN.
This rivalry runs so deep.
I think it's time to let go. A throwback feel, but a very relevant high-impact game. It's time to let go.
Wrestling and jiu-jitsu collide when UFC returns to Asia for a showdown between two specialists.
Hey Dana, is that really the best you got? Bring him, baby.
Former Olympian Ben Funky Askren takes the fight to Brazilian Damian Maia, one of the top grapplers in the game. Live from Singapore, UFC Fight Night, Maia versus Askren. Saturday on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app.
The NHL on ESPN. After a 4-game homestand, the Blues travel to Boston, where the champs face a familiar foe in a rematch of the Stanley Cup Final.
Nordstrom scores his first.
The Garden will be rocking. Blues Bruins, Sunday on ESPN2.
The ATP Masters 1000 reaches the City of Light. Paris sets the scene for the final battleground of the season. And the best are here to cap off the tour with pride and prestige. The contenders are out in full force as they zero in on taking the last title of the year. The race to the ATP Finals ends here. The Rolex Paris Masters, first round, Tuesday on ESPN2 and streaming live on the ESPN app.
Alvin Gentry telling us earlier he was going to try to cut down on the rotation. Well, he just sent 5 new players onto the court. Jahlil Okafor, Etuan Moore, Josh Hart, the rookie, Nikhil Alexander-Walker had an impressive preseason, and Frank Jackson. And this is Alexander-Walker, who has been hitting his shot right throughout from Summer League on.
I was going to say, he must have the super green. He has the Curry green light. Yeah. Anytime you come in and coach calls a play and you do a step back 3 from the top of the key, I can't wait to see him just get a wide open look.
On the turnover, the ball back to the Pelicans. Okafor. Alexander Walker on the move with a running one-hander. Kept alive. Williams is off. Here's Siakam.
Just like Antetokounmpo, of course, not as good as Antetokounmpo, the reigning MVP. But just as you have to guard Antetokounmpo, you must guard Siakam. In the fast break or when he's attacking the basket, you must build a wall. His height, athletic ability, and his speed gets him to the cup faster than most. And if you don't have help defenders back there, he's going to get to the line.
Foul committed by Josh Hart. Pelicans, as we have been discussing, without Zion Williamson, who will be out 6 to 8 weeks after undergoing surgery repairing that torn right meniscus. Those who have missed season openers due to injury include a fellow by the name of Chris Webber. Those who have missed, who have been #1 overall draft picks the last 30 years. Yeah. Some pretty good names on that list.
Yeah, a little more fortunate than, say, a Blake Griffin that had to sit out the whole year. Even though I don't know if he minds that too much. He still got that Rookie of the Year trophy and jumped over a few cars on his way to some dunk championships.
Etuan Moore not able to hit on his funnel. You were out for how many games?
2 games. Luckily for me, it was an appendectomy and not an injury.
It counts, and the foul. And Vliet gets the roll, and he will go to the line. Alexander Walker picks up the foul for the Pelicans.
I told Coach Nurse before the game, I said, you have a small backcourt. Don't you think teams are going to exploit it? They are so small. He said, yeah, Chris, but you know, they play humongous, and that's the type of play that shows what he's talking about.
Now, I'm assuming these are the accurate heights that have been measured by league sources. Van Vliet is listed at 6 foot and Lowry at 6'1".
Whoa,
what do you think?
Okay. If I would have had to guess, I would have said Van Vliet is probably 5'10", but.
Alexander Walker, yes, for 3.
Okay, Walker, I'm a fan already, rookie. Any rookie that comes in and takes a shot 2 seconds into the game and then fires another one, knocks a 3 down, you have my attention.
Out of Virginia Tech, first-round pick, 17th overall. Gasol try to pitch it back. He does. Here's Powell on the drive. It count. No, it's an offensive foul.
What?
Will not count.
Defense. I mean, look at how Hart stays vertical. He earned that one. He got popped in the mouth for it, but he doesn't care as he got the charge. Look at this. He goes straight up. No. You can't get upset, Raptors fans. You can't get upset on that one because he got hit in the face.
They got a coach's challenge right here.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Each team permitted to challenge once a game. You must have a timeout remaining to make the challenge. When we come back, we'll see the result of that challenge.
Okay, the stage is now set. We know who the actors are and what they did to get here.
There will be a World Series in D.C.
If your team got here, congratulations. If it didn't, it doesn't matter. Sit down, get comfortable, and enjoy the show. After all, this is the World Series on ESPN.
This rivalry runs so deep.
A throwback feel, but a very relevant high-impact game.
I think it's time to let go. I thought I'd let you all know it's time to let go.
Back to Toronto, where we're going to have our first coach's challenge. Look how Powell attacks. Now, the rule is defensively, you must stay vertical. Do not reach over your man. It looks like Hart has done that. It looks like he's also a little worse for the wear. Great looks at that.
And the call stands. It is an offensive foul on Powell, so the play does stand. Let's bring on Joe Borgia to give us his explanation.
Hi, Marv. How you doing?
Good.
So this was the first challenge we've ever had in an NBA regular season game, and as you could see, Powell did lead with an unnatural elbow to the face. Therefore, that was confirmed to be a foul, so the call stands. There was no clear and conclusive evidence to overturn it.
Senior VP of officiating, Joe Borgia. Joe, thanks. Okafor with the tip. 26-25, Pelicans by 1 as we approach 2 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Here's Lowry on the drive. He thought he took a shot. Good ball movement. Andrews not able to hit. Here's Alexander Walker. Grabbed by Williams. Missed the tip. Pelicans still on it. Hart trying to chase it down. It's kicked out about last touched by New Orleans.
One thing you want to see from young teams that have a burden of expectations, and I believe with Zion and these young guys that they do have expectations that may be unfair, maybe not. They can prove it to us. But you always want to judge their energy and effort level. And tonight so far, doing a great job, the Pelicans.
Ibaka had position, but Gasol not looking to take a chance. Lowry is fouled, and the basket will not count. The foul committed. Lowry thought he should have gotten credit for getting the shot off. Okafor committed the foul.
Nick Nurse wishes he had his challenge back, because if you look at that play again and again, everything is fast motion. We have the luxury of seeing it in slow motion, but it looks like he went up right away as soon as it was contact Lowry. But again, no challenge.
So 2 shots for Lowry. The ruling that there was a hesitation right after the foul before the shot was taken. You can watch Serge Ibaka grill his celebrity friends on his culinary web series, How Hungry Are You? New episodes exclusively on Bleacher Report.
Have you seen what they've been eating, Mar?
I have seen clips.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to hang out with him, go on the show and watch it, but I would not be taking part.
Let's say he has exotic taste.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
Coming up on a minute to go, first quarter, as Okafor makes his move, he's fouled by Gasol. It is championship banner and ring night for the Toronto Raptors. This is the start of their 25th season, and they open up as the champs, coming off the 6-game victory over the Golden State Warriors in the finals last season. Alexander Walker looking for the shot. This is Williams. Alexander Walker. His 24-second buzzer went off. And a foul as Hart was hit from behind.
One of those plays when you're a player, you have to kind of walk off and just not think about anything. He knows that it looked like it twisted his ankle just by how he landed. Let's see here if that's right. Yep. You can always tell when a player does that. And number one rule, when you do that, keep moving. Do not sit still and let it get stiff. Hart's tough. He'll get through it.
Foul committed by Anunoby. Josh Hart acquired from the Lakers in that package deal for Anthony Davis. 3-year man out of Villanova. First-round pick of Utah. 30th overall. And then on draft night, traded to the Lakers. Someone jumping too quickly. Yes, it's a lane violation on the Raptors. It is on Gasol.
And if you're Okafor, good job. That is your assist. When a big man does that, he anticipates he's going to be met with force and has to get in there early to block out. Just your willingness to go after the rebound makes Gasol jump in there a little bit early, get another shot for your team.
Josh Hart, 69% free throw shooter last season. When you consider that David Griffin was not exactly holding all the cards, David, the executive vice president for the Pelicans, the one-time GM of the Cavaliers, when Anthony Davis demanded a trade to the Lakers, David Griffin did extremely well in what he acquired.
He did an awesome job. I mean, of course, you get lucky with the #1 pick. Anybody gets the #1 pick, you're lucky. But what about the pieces he put around Zion? And these young players, namely Alexander Walker, they are trying to let it fly. And again, I look at this as the island of misfit toys, that you have a second chance. Maybe people didn't seem to want you before. You're only 23 if you're Okafor, and you've been talked about as not being in the league anymore, maybe not. And if you're Ball, you've been questioned because you've been hurt. And I look at this as an opportunity to have fun, excitement, and to establish your own identity. You know, this team has a lot of great young players, and all you have to do is play hard.
Powell misses on the three-point attempt. Here's Gasol for three. 15 seconds to go in the quarters. Etuan Moore handles. Alexander Walker, pretty pass for Okafor. Got him on the hop. Just a couple of seconds remaining in the quarter. As Lowry not able to get it off in time. So 1 quarter complete. Opening night of the NBA. Pelicans up by 3.
Golden Eagle, Saturday, November 2nd, Rosehill Gardens.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Right now, get 7 years free scheduled servicing across the 4x4 Holden, Colorado range. 7 years free scheduled servicing where you're free to go up there, free to go through that, free to tow this and this. With Holden, Colorado, you got this.
Don't miss a moment. Get Hungry Jack's Flame Grilled Whoppers delivered on Menulog. Order Hungry Jack's delivery only on Menulog.
Okay, the stage is now set. We know who the actors are and what they did to get here.
There will be a World Series in D.C.
If your team got here, congratulations. If it didn't, it doesn't matter. Sit down, get comfortable, and enjoy the show. After all, this is the World Series on ESPN.
Once a year and for 1 week only, 4 of the world's greatest sports collide.
Another dazzling display of long-distance shooting.
All the big plays, all the knocks, blocks, and touchdowns. All the aces and home runs. All the big names and buzzer-beating bombs.
Ridiculous.
The NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, and the NFL. Experience it all for 1 week, only on ESPN.
Coming. The Golden Eagle. Saturday, November 2nd, Rosehill Gardens.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Back in Toronto, NBA Opening Week 2019 is presented by Auto Trader. NBA League Pass free preview is back. Check out your favorite players' show-stopping moments live on NBA League Pass for no cost at all. This week only. Right here, let's go to Kristen. Moments ago, she talked with head coach of the Pelicans, Alvin Gentry.
Coach, emotions run high on a ring night, but you wanted your team to be out here to see it. What, though, was the key to setting those emotions aside and to establishing the pace early on?
Well, first of all, I thought it was great to see the ceremony. That's what we aspire to be also. Secondly, when the game started, I told them we just got to play. I thought we started the game great. The pace of the game was really good. We took a couple of tough shots in there, but we have to keep the pace of the game up where it is right now.
You did, though, establish an early double-digit lead. As the Raptors eliminated that deficit, what was the difference in your team's energy or execution?
Oh, we got to do a better job of execution, but I thought we started the game with a lot of energy. We had good spacing, and we got to continue to have the spacing.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, sure.
Guys.
All right, Kristen, 11-2 run by the Pelicans. The last 3.5 minutes of that first quarter. And an Obi on the drive, the tip missed by Gasol. Back tap, Powell fires for 3. Williams with the rebound for New Orleans.
You're the Raptors right now. You must keep the Pelicans off the glass. And as you see right there, they got a good stop, but that's their 9th offensive rebound, and they have 11 total.
Alexander Walker has now attempted 7 shots, 1 for 7. He is from Toronto. Here's Alexander Walker again on the drive. Was born here in Toronto, played for Team Canada under-18 team back in 2016. Lowry off the turn, nice move.
So impressed with how he's using his body inside, not settling for the jump shot, using his strength around the post. You got to love that.
Juan Moore backing it up. Rick Williams. And it is an offensive foul. 30 friends and family here for Nikhil Alexander Walker. Toronto native, attended Vaughan Secondary School located in North Toronto before playing a couple of seasons at Virginia Tech.
And you know what? Let it fly, young man. Let it fly. Your family's here. This is a dream come true. Congratulations. Just get your feet set, knock down a couple. Enjoy the ride.
is not shy here in his NBA debut. Lowry draws the foul. Foul is called on Nicolo Mel, who just checked in. He's a 28-year-old rookie born in Italy and has played overseas in Italy, Germany, and Turkey. Key member of championship teams in Germany and Turkey. Played very well in preseason. Although Alvin Gentry said he'd like to see him shoot more frequently.
Yeah, coach said he told him, listen, I need you to shoot. He said, coach, I shot it 4 times. He said, shoot it 4 more times and then I'll be happy.
I think Walker Alexander thought he was talking to him.
Yeah, he heard the conversation. He was in the room. Oh, coach, you mean me, right?
Traveling violation. Pelicans by 1. Early second quarter. Marv Albert, Chris Webber, Kristen Ledlow from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Jackson looking to elude Lowry. This is Mel for 3. Yes.
And Marv, he's going to get that shot all night. The Pelicans tried to get him that shot earlier because Gasol is on him. And when Gasol is on him, he can't move maybe as well as the small guys, so he can get that open look.